Friends, welcome to Let's Talk in English here on PTS.
Get ready to learn something new with us. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Gabe. That's right, I'm Gabe. Well, today's title of our lesson has a question. Time travel? I guess we'll find out what this is all about. Let's get started with some key words. The first one is watch. Watch. Do you have a watch? What time is it?
Past. Past. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. It's in the past.
Event. Event. Getting married was one of the most important events in Tom's life.
Change. Change. We changed our plans for tonight. We're not going out. We're staying home. Well, friends, we didn't change our plans on the show. We are still going to say these key words again. The first one is watch. Watch.
Past. Past.
Event. Event.
And change. Change. Great. Well, the next event on our program here today is Talking with Eddie. He will give us today's mission, won't you, Eddie?
Where is it?
Eddie?
Where's what?
I'm looking for my watch.
Eddie.
Your watch?
Yeah.
Eddie, we can help you find your watch later, but we can tell you what time it is now.
Okay.
Yeah,
What time is it?
It's time to give us today's mission.
Oh, okay. Today's mission. What does Ben want?
What does Ben want?
Well, what I want to do right now is find the answer to this mission. Let's go and look for it in today's lesson. Listen carefully.
Well, that was a fun evening.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie.
Me too. I want to watch like the one we saw in the movie. Then I could travel through time.
I think you need a watch that will help you wake up.
Ben, if you could travel through time, which time period would you go to?
That is an interesting question. Andrea, if you could travel through time, where would you go?
Well, I would like to go to England about 150 years ago. That's a time period that I like to study. I've seen many movies from that time period and also read many books from that time period. Oh, that would be so much fun. Wow. Well, Gabe, what about you? What time period would you like to travel to?
Well, I was just thinking, I like this time period. I would like to go to yesterday because I played basketball and I did a really great slam dunk. And I want to see what that looks like.
So you just want to travel back to yesterday?
Yeah, to see what I looked like.
Oh, well, interesting. Everyone can have an interesting answer to this question.
That's true, and this is an interesting conversation. We find out about a movie about a watch that lets you go through time. Friends, let's learn this word, watch. Watch. A watch is something that you wear around your arm, and it lets you know what time it is.
Yes, a watch. I always wear a watch so that I know what time it is, so I don't run late. Now, if you see somebody who is wearing a watch, you can always ask them what time it is.
What time is it? Well, if someone asks you what time it is, then you can tell them, wait a minute, let me check my watch. Wait a minute. That's clever.
Yes, and wait a minute. We found the answer to today's mission.
That's right. The mission is, what does Ben want?
What does Ben want? Ben wants a watch like the one he saw in the movie. then he could travel through time.
Hey, that would be pretty exciting to travel through time.
I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
If I could travel through time, I'd travel to the future.
Really? Why?
I want to see what my life will be like.
You mean you want to see what your wife will be like?
What time period would you go to, Sarah?
I think I'd go into the past and see different events in history.
Ha ha! So Max wants to see what his wife will be like.
No. He wants to see what his life will be like. Life.
Oh, his life.
Right.
L-I-F-E, not wife.
No, not W-I-F-E. Life. L-I-F-E.
Ah, well, I'm sure that when he sees his life, he will also see his wife. Friends, Max has an interesting answer to the question. Well, Sarah says that she'd like to go into the past. And I think we would like to look at this key word. It is past. Past. Now, anything that has already happened is part of the past. Yesterday was the past. An hour ago was the past. You know, a minute and a second ago was the past.
That's right. It's the past. It's already gone. We've already done it. It's in the past. And we can know the past, but can we know the future?
Well, I don't think we can know the future, do you?
Probably not. But that's why Max wants to travel to the future.
Well, Max wants to travel to the future. He wants to know what will happen. Sarah wants to go to the past. She wants to know about what happened. And friends, it is important to learn about the past. It's important to learn about events that already happened. Let's look at our next keyword. It is event. Event. An event is something important that happens. There are many important events in history that changed the world.
Friends, what events did you read about in the newspaper today? Andrea, what is one event in your life that you will always remember?
Well, one event that I will always remember is my wedding. That was a very important event for Daniel and I.
Yeah, that is an important event. A wedding is a very important event.
And Gabe, I think a very important event happened on July 8th.
Yes, my birthday.
That is true. That's also an important event.
Great event.
Would any of you want to go back and change something about your life?
I don't think I would.
Why not?
I'm happy with how my life turned out. I've made my mistakes, but the things in my past make me who I am today.
And that's the woman I love.
And that's the woman I love. Aww, that's so sweet of Simon to say. Well, we have a key word here. We've got a great key word. It's called change. Say it again. Change. When you change, that means you make something different. You change it. What would you change about your past? That was Simon's question.
You can also change your plans or change your mind. For example, I often change my mind throughout the day, like at lunchtime. First, I think I want to eat pizza for lunch, but then I change my mind and I want to eat rice.
And then later you go to play basketball, and when you play basketball, you get sweaty and you're running around a lot. So it's important to change your clothes before you go out on a date.
Right, and when you change your clothes, you take off your old sweaty clothes and you put on new clothes that are clean and smell nice.
You change your clothes. Now, friends, Renee says something here. She says, the things in my past make me who I am today. That reminds me of a phrase, learn from your mistakes.
Yes, and that's a great phrase to keep in mind. When you learn from your mistakes, you use what you learned from your mistakes in your life.
And then you can get better. So friends, tell someone this today. Learn from your mistakes.
Inspector E.
Hi friends, it's Mrs. E here. This week we're talking about waiting for others. Simon is waiting for Renee. He tells her to take her time. He will wait for her. But later, Renee says something very interesting. Let's take a look again. What happened to take your time? What happened to take your time? What happened to take your time? Simon tells Renee not to hurry. He tells her to take her time. And Renee does. She takes her time. And she doesn't want to hurry. But Simon gets tired of waiting. He didn't know Renee would take that long. So he tells her to hurry up. Renee answers and says, "What happened to take your time?" Renee is saying, "You told me to take my time. Why are you telling me to hurry? What happened to what you said?" What Renee is saying is, "Simon, didn't you just say, take your time?" What happened to? What happened to is a good way to tell someone, "Didn't you just say?" And it's a good way to ask, "Why did you change your thoughts?" Let's try some examples. You didn't cook? What happened to I'll cook dinner tonight? Now remember to use what you learned. Use it or lose it. This is Mrs. E signing off.
Conversation replay.
Well, that was a fun evening.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie.
Me too. I want to watch like the one we saw in the movie. Then I could travel through time.
I think you need a watch that will help you wake up.
Then, if you could travel through time, which time period would you go to?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
If I could travel through time, I'd travel to the future.
Really? Why?
I want to see what my life will be like.
You mean you want to see what your wife will be like?
What time period would you go to, Sarah?
I think I'd go into the past and see different events in history.
Would any of you want to go back and change something about your life?
I don't think I would.
Why not?
I'm happy with how my life turned out. I've made my mistakes, but the things in my past make me who I am today.
And that's the woman I love.
Aww.
Calendar phrase.
Hi friends, I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, hi everyone. Gabe, I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, Andrea, you are late.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Hey, it's okay because I was late too, but now we're here to teach today's calendar phrase. The phrase is, you guessed it, I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Were you late? Then maybe this is a good phrase to know. I'm sorry I'm late.
Well, I'm sorry I'm late.
I forgive you, kind of. Just don't let it happen again.
But you were late too.
I know. I'm sorry. Let's go and watch today's skit.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, hi Dan. Did you bring the book?
Yes, here you go. I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay. Where's Marie?
I'm here. I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay. But we'd better get to work, or we'll never finish our homework.
I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm sorry I'm late.
And the next event is the question of the day with Eddie.
Me? Yes. I have the question of the day.
Great, what is it?
Okay, here it is. Would you change anything in your past? Why? Or why not?
Would you change anything in your past? Why or why not?
Yes, there is something I would change. When I was a little girl, I started taking guitar lessons, but then I stopped taking lessons. I quit. I would not quit anymore. That is something I would change.
That's good. Don't quit. Don't just give up on something. Well, friends, thank you for joining us here today on Let's Talk in English on PTS, where
Learning English can be fun.
Jiao
Goodbye.
Don't give up.